Hi, this is Dr. Sage Breslin, and this is Wisdom Wednesdays, my special series on my journey with cancer. Video number, I think, 39. And if not, it's some number. I'll have to look it up. Oh, well, I feel like it's been a whirlwind. I did just step off an interview with the fundraising marathon for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and it's not too late to donate. I will put their link in the comments. What an interesting reset. Obviously I have become used to telling my story about this cancer journey and the effects it's had on me and my family and my friends and colleagues and patients and clients. But today, being involved in the fundraiser, I also got to listen to the stories of so many others, especially the children who are affected by the blood disorders. And life is so fragile. I have become more and more aware of that. Last week, I was clipping along. I focused on myself and what I was doing at work and all of that good stuff. And then I got an email from a colleague letting me know that one of my other colleagues had died suddenly. And this is not the first such notice in this month. And I feel like perhaps even with the state of the world right now, life is more fragile than we're aware of. And it must be really stirring up something for me personally, because my sleep has been off. My mind has been immersed, I think, in the concerns around all of that in the middle of the night. Even my dreams have been so strange and upsurging, all sorts of sort of old material. And, I was thinking about how that is sort of the nature of breakthrough work. Sometimes you don't even know what's below the surface until you follow the signals from your body or from your mind, and you capture these memories, these ideas that just sit there below like obstacles. And I found myself even last night, yet another very bizarre dream. And I just watched the characters in the dream and realized there was material there that I need to deep dive on. It's time for another VIP self-care day. Most of you know that my VIP days are probably my favorite things to do with my clients, where we basically spend the entire day clearing the decks, releasing, surrendering, and really just diving in on anything below the surface that's getting in the way. And then we celebrate. We celebrate all the material that you've released, because you open the space to be more of you and to be more authentic, to be more aware, to be more present. I was even having a conversation with my son the other day about, he took his driving test. He's behind the wheel, and he missed it. And I asked him what happened, and he said, Mom, I was so focused on doing the right thing that I forgot that I needed to pay attention to everything in my surroundings. I stopped scanning and I started rehearsing what I needed to remember. And I felt like the death blow, right? Nobody wants to hear that your child has to take the test again. But it wasn't that. It was that he had made a truism, right? He'd made a statement that could generalize to every single one of us, especially in business. Sometimes you get so focused on how conversations should go, right? The dreaded shoulds that don't really exist, that you stop listening. You stop actually hearing what the other person's saying because you're all in your head. And which is what he said, Mom, I just got into my head and I forgot that there were so many other things I needed to pay attention to. He didn't put anybody in danger, but it certainly wasn't the way that I would want him to drive. And I said, well, what do you think? And he said, I need to stop this nonsense of trying to remember what I'm supposed to remember and just do the job of looking at everything as I'm moving in the vehicle. And I thought, that is how presence works. That is how authenticity works. That when we're able to just be fully present, where our ears and our minds and our hearts are wide open, we can really consume what other people are sharing with us and are communicating with us. And imagine when we clear our own decks, we are so much more open to who we are and what's going on with us. I mean, that's where it all begins. If we can tune into our own bodies, if we can tune into something greater than ourselves, then we really are much better prepared for tuning into what's being communicated to us. So I guess that's it. I'm ready for another one of my own special VIP days. Most people know I do them every so often on myself so that I can be a clear channel, so that I can be clear for you, so that when we work together and we are working on deep diving below your surface, that I can see clearly, I can hear you clearly. I don't have anything stopping me from doing that. And right now I'm aware that all of what's been going on in the world and in my own personal life has made me more vulnerable to tuning into those things that are below the surface. Relationships that have fallen off the dime, friendships that have left my life and maybe left a little ache in my heart. Pieces of corporate work that I am eager to follow where perhaps I haven't followed through sufficiently. Colleagues that I want to check in with that maybe I've set to the side. Those are all the kinds of things that really just below the surface are keeping me from opening myself to all of the infinite possibilities that life has to offer. So I have started the work just in my morning meditation to connect some of those dots, do some release work, to surrender myself to that process. And I'm going to encourage you to do the same on this Wisdom Wednesday. Reach out to somebody that you've set to the side, or do one step in a project that's been calling to you or talking to you. If you've noticed that anyone in your life is misunderstanding you, not hearing you, not seeing you, take this one step. Simply ask the question of them. I think maybe I didn't get that. Can you repeat yourself? Can you help me better understand you? Can you help me see where you're coming from? Because I don't think I'm getting it. Anything that starts you on that journey opens a conversation with the other party so that they can see, number one, you're not an arrogant fill in the blank. You're just not getting it. You're not hearing them. You're not seeing them. And that's on you. That's because of your own stuff. And when you open yourself in conversation like that with a colleague, a friend, a loved one, it's amazing how far that goes so that they can correct some of that data that you maybe have not gotten. And they can also see that you're human, that you have the urge, the yearning to know them better and for them to know you better. And leaders out there, this is for you. This is for you. If there's anyone on your team, including your home team, they've got to know you. They've got to know you to love you. They've got to know and love you, to be loyal to you, to want to do better for you, to want to perform. So let them know you. And if you're having trouble putting yourself out there and being present, PM me. We will get to the bottom of this. This is Wisdom Wednesdays, and I'm Dr. Sage Breslin.